Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Brown, and I'm a small-time independent author who self-publishes his ebooks to Kindle, and I'd like to read you two small sections from one of my books today. The title of the book is The Edge of the World, and in it there are two friends who are literally driving to the edge of the world. To get there, they have to pick up a succession of hitchhikers on the way and take them where they're going, so they end up running into all kinds of unusual characters that get stranger as the book goes along. In these two scenes, riding in their car in the back, are two organized crime types. All of the dialogue takes place in the car, with Nick and Herman in the front seat, Nick doing the driving, and Herman in the passenger seat. He's the one who narrates these two scenes. In the back are the two goons, named Joe and Louie. Before I get started reading, I want to put something behind me here. An early Christmas present from my sister Morgan. She made me a cross-stitch pillow that suits my personality. Joe said, "You two guys are on vacation." Well, sort of. We're on a trip anyway. Louie said, "Sounds kind of fun. Pick up people and see where you end up. Bet you already got a few stories." Nick started chuckling. "Movie stars, wedding dresses, car crashes, con artists, you name it." Joe sounded unaffected. "Nothing that fun with us. We just got some business. Got to meet someone." I almost asked what kind of business, but I caught myself. Louie said, "This is a nice car." "What kind of car is it?" "A Citroen," Nick said, smiling like he always did when he got to brag about his car. I know that he only said the name of the model, but when you know that it's going to be a mystery to the person you're telling that to, bragging is sort of inherent. About the car, Joe said, "Reminds me of Rodney. You remember him?" "Gambling problem, Rodney?" Nah, loves a good fire, Rodney." "Oh yeah, that's right. He had that car. Nice car, but always beat up." I went ahead and bit. Always beat up? It was the word always that got me. It wasn't that his car was beat up. It was always beat up. "Yeah," Joe said. "First time just a fender bender. Big dent in a door. Guess that makes it a door bender, but that don't sound right." Louie gave the next one. "He got that fixed. Wasn't a week and he had it at the construction site at the wrong time. Busted a window and it was just plastic taped over it for a while. Got that fixed soon as he could. Then he got on the wrong side of Gino. Needed a new paint job and a set of hubcaps. Had to pay Gino before he could fix it though, so it stayed like that a while. After that, when he had it looking good again for a week or so, his wife got wind of the time he spent with that chick from Puck. Car was beat up worse than ever when his wife was done. She left it running though, so he was driving that piece of shit around. Took no end of grief from everyone. I think he was about to give up, but he didn't. Loved that car, so he got it restored again. Since his wife was living in Minneapolis on his money, he spent his time with another club girl called Glitter. Won't tell you what exactly, unless you ask. But that ruined the upholstery in a car." Louie said, "No one would even get in his car. That one he got repaired pretty quick." "Yeah," Joe said, "but after that the cops bust in his trunk. The lock wouldn't work, so it was tied down with rope for a while." Now, I don't know if that was the end of Rodney's car troubles, or if that was all they could remember. They had stories and memories like that they could delve into regularly. They were none too subtle. They had to have known what kind of impression they made, but they didn't seem to care. As long as nothing directly incriminating was said, at least about anyone with a first and last name, they spoke about their lives frankly. And I've got to admit, I kind of liked them. As career criminals go, they weren't such bad guys. The next scene still takes place in the car, but it's a conversation that's a little bit later on. There was a brief pause of looking around the way people do when they want a new subject. I figured I'd take advantage of the company we had. "You know, asking this may make me a d***head, but do guys in your line of work really own nightclubs and strip clubs and stuff like that?" "Our line of work," Joe said. "Get that." "Yeah," Louie answered. "It's a good business if you know what you're doing. Puck does real well." "Who's Puck?" I asked. "Nah," Joe said. "Puck ain't a person. Puck's a place. Took him a while to decide on a name." "A nightclub called Puck?" Louie said, "It's a great place. Got live jazz music sometimes. Expensive liquor with names you can't say right. Real high-end place. Everyone knows that the guys own it. What can you do? It ain't illegal to own a place like that. Besides, Joe said, they got tired of the place they used to get together. They used to meet for their meetings at a place where things wasn't so good. It was always the same place and no one bothered them there. Wasn't trouble from either side of the things. But it wasn't a good place. Louie elaborated. It was the kind of place where if someone gets stabbed, everyone just goes back to their drinks. Nick chuckled. Mos Eisley Cantina. Oh no, Joe corrected him. They'd never be caught dead in any Mexican place. Louie asked, anyway, that place I was talking about, the guys didn't like the criminal element there. Ironic, Nick said. I kind of winced at that, but the goons took it in stride. Yeah, Joe said, but that's the way it is. So they wanted their own place, where they could get together in a back room or a closet or a meat locker or wherever they damn well wanted. Kind of hard for anyone to keep tabs on the whole joint, you know? And everyone likes it there, and it's a good money maker for them. Yeah, Nick said, but what kind of name is Puck? Oh, that's just part of the name, Louie told us. Took them forever to decide on a name they all liked. 4 guys all want to name the place after something they like, but they all got different ideas. Took them some doing, but they finally agreed, and they was even anonymous. Anonymous. They was all agreed. Unanimous, Nick said. Yeah, that. Joe filled in the full name of the place. It's Puck for short, but the whole name is Puck the Figs. Well, thank you for listening, if you've made it all the way through it. And eventually I'll find something else I'd like to read. Thank you.